What's up guys, it's Mike for SimRacing604, and I recently had to reinstall Assetto Corsa because it was running really poorly on my machine, so I was left with a very basic AC install, which of course I just could not live with. So I had to rebuild, but I only wanted to add back in what I decided I couldn't live without, and I wanted to share what I put back in with you guys. And it hopefully goes without saying that this isn't a list of every good mod or add-on that's ever come to Assetto Corsa. There's far more great things to add on to AC than I could ever hope to list in one video, but it's fair to treat this list as a list of things that I immediately found myself missing when I got back to playing the game. So as always, I want to hear from you in the comments. What do you consider to be must-haves in the world of Assetto Corsa for PC? And anything I talk about in this video I've added a link for in the description, and almost all of it is free. So here is what I consider essential to getting the best experience in Assetto Corsa. So we'll start this off with what I consider the big three for Assetto Corsa on PC, and that is Content Manager, Custom Shaders Patch, and Sol. I've done videos on this before, so I'm not going to get into great detail about any of them, but Content Manager is a totally new user interface to get things set up in Assetto Corsa. Allows you all kinds of customization and things you couldn't do in the base install of Assetto Corsa for PC, so it's a absolute must-have, and it works hand in hand with the Custom Shaders Patch. The Custom Shaders Patch sounds like a graphical update, which it is, but it's also far, far more than that. It allows you to do various things, and finally ties together with Sol. Between Custom Shaders Patch, Sol, and Content Manager, it does allow you full day-night control as well as weather control. So I consider those the big three and an absolute essential part of getting the most out of your Assetto Corsa for PC install. And then we have the Sidekick app that you're seeing on your screen now. Sidekick basically takes the best elements of other apps in Assetto Corsa like tire temperature, lap delta, lap time, speed, gear, and puts it all into a little compact form. So if you're driving a car that doesn't have all of that information either on the dash or on the wheel, or your field of view is such that it doesn't allow those things to be on your screen, Sidekick is a nice little app, doesn't take up much room on your screen at all, and gives you all of the pertinent data to help you get around the track. And then we'll close this section with the free cam. The free cam effectively allows you to move the camera around wherever you want. It gives you interesting views of the track or of your car that you can't see with the normal Assetto Corsa cameras. So to set it up, all you have to do is edit one file, and I'll show you the path right here. And once you change the parameter of enable free cam from 0 to 1, then all you do in game is just press F7, and then you have full control over your camera, and you can do cool things like this. And moving on now to cars, and I'll remind you that this is not intended as a comprehensive list of every mod car I've ever enjoyed for Assetto Corsa, just the ones I found myself immediately missing when I reinstalled it. So the first thing is anything by Race Sim Studio. Race Sim Studio, in my opinion, has not made a bad mod. They've got well over a dozen mod cars now for Assetto Corsa, and they're all fantastic. Some of them I play more than others, but they're all great. And then the Legends packs by Baza and Dr. Doom's Lab. They do tremendous work with these. If you're a fan of old school race cars, you really can't do much better than this, and they're all free. Also free is the A3DR pack. These are 90s supercars. So we're talking H-pattern shifters, no traction control, and just really tough but rewarding to throw around. And then we have the VRC prototypes. If you're willing to pay a little bit and like those old school race cars that I was talking about with the work of Baza and Dr. Doom's Lab, definitely give the VRC prototype cars a try. Then we have the IER P13C. This is the car that rewrote how we look at suspension in Assetto Corsa. In my opinion, there's no car better for Assetto Corsa than the IER P13. In my opinion, it's a must-have. And then the work of United Racing Design, both with the 2018 update to the Porsche 911 RSR and also their Shiro JT5, especially with the GT500 updates. And finally, the Benno Bro Singer Porsche. Truly a beautiful car, really well done. There's now an all-wheel drive version of this available, and the Singer Porsche is free. So those are my cars that I can't live without in Assetto Corsa. Talking tracks now, guys, and basically anything with Reboot in the name I am super down with. So we had the AC Track Reboot project back in the day, who took older tracks that were in need of an update for Assetto Corsa, and they did just that. They updated them. There's both new tracks and old tracks, and they're all fantastic. There's a ton of links that I reference below in the description to add these to your collection. And then we have the Reboot project more recently, and I don't honestly know the association between the AC Track Reboot project and the new Reboot project, but either way, the new team is doing a great job with the modern tracks, and they look fantastic and drive fantastic as well. And then we have what you're seeing here, the LA Canyons by Phoenix 77. This is sort of an open world slash free roam track for Assetto Corsa, and just miles and miles of roads. You can easily lose hours in it just taking cool cars out and just feeling like you're ripping through desert highways. And to go with that, now I have the Topanga Canyon by Todd K. It's the most recent addition on this list, and I just drove it the other day. It's actually a hill climb. The LA Canyons track is a loop. Topanga Canyon is a hill climb, but it's also fantastic. Similar style of roads with those California highways, and just beautiful. And I love both of these just for taking Assetto Corsa out for a cruise. And finally, we have the Deems summer and winter upgrades. So you can take Kuno's tracks and make them look as they look in either the summer or winter. And it's a free add-on. It just opens as a skin via Content Manager. Very cool thing to have, definitely. And that's my tracks and track upgrades that I can't live without. And finally, guys, some updates to the sounds in Assetto Corsa. So the first thing is Mr. Mike. I don't think it's pronounced like that because it's got a couple extra letters, but you get my point. He has released a sound pack that updates the curb, grass, sand, and a number of other effects as the sort of bass sounds of Assetto Corsa, and it's a must-have in my opinion. Then we have Fonseca. Fonseca released a bunch of sound packs a number of years ago. They all sound tremendous, even though they haven't been updated in a while. I think they all sound fantastic. And then we have SHR Modding, formerly known as AC Fan. SHR has chosen to do cars individually rather than car packs like Fonseca, but he's made some of the best sounds in Assetto Corsa, including the Porsche 911 RSR. In my opinion, no car sounds better in any racing game or racing sim, and that's exactly what I'm going to leave you with the Porsche 911 RSR ripping around the Macau circuit at full volume. The external sounds are tremendous. Thank you guys for watching. Check the description below for links to everything I've talked about, and we will see you next time.